European Union countries are considering the possibility of mass detention of oil tankers in the Baltic Sea if they are linked to Russia. Politico reports, citing European diplomats and government officials, that negotiations are underway to create legal grounds for such actions. According to sources, the measures under discussion fall into three main categories. According to the publication sources, proposals of three categories are being discussed. First, the ability to detain tankers based on possible threats to the environment, for example, due to the risk of an oil spill. The second basis for seizing ships was proposed to be piracy laws. They want to include a threat to critical underwater infrastructure under them. We are talking about underwater communication cables, which have already been broken. Finally, if international law fails, countries are discussing jointly introducing new laws. According to officials, it is proposed to create a list of reliable insurers and oblige tankers in the Baltic Sea to use only them. And if other insurers are used, these countries will be able to detain the ships. In particular, a requirement may be introduced for tankers to use the services of insurers from a trusted list, and cooperation with other companies will become grounds for detention. According to experts interviewed by the publication, imposing national laws to detain ships is a very risky move that will likely be challenged under international law. They also believe that it carries the risk of escalating relations with Russia and that such seizure operations would cost millions. However, the Baltic states are openly discussing possible legal measures in this direction, the newspaper writes. We have enough opportunities to act more decisively, and we are going to do this at the EU level, Estonian Foreign Minister Margus Tsahkna told journalists. Lithuanian Defense Minister Dovis Šakaliene, in turn, stated that Vilnius is studying legal mechanisms that would allow ships to be detained not only in the country's territorial waters, but also in its exclusive economic zone. According to Associated Press, arts of Russia's Sakhalin region were on high alert on Sunday after a Chinese cargo ship ran aground off the island's southwest coast. According to local authorities, the vessel is a Chinese cargo ship, the Anyang 2, with 20 crew members and 700 tons of fuel oil, 100 tons of diesel fuel and 1,000 tons of coal on board. Authorities said the ship was stranded in shallow waters off Sakhalin's Nevelsky district. The ship is positioned about 200 meters from the shore, and access routes are now being prepared to set up a site for the emergency rescue service to set up coastal barriers, which will prevent a possible release of oil products to the coast, if such a thing happens, Deputy Prime Minister of the region, Alexei Rimsha, said in a briefing. He added that a rescue operation was complicated by bad weather conditions. The governor of the Sakhalin region, Valery Limarenko, said the vessel's crew had made contact with Russian authorities, but that no rescue proposals had so far been made. We are waiting for the decision of the ship's captain, he said.
Судно лежит примерно в 200 метрах от берега. К нему сейчас готовят подъездные пути для организации площадки. Первое, для работы аварийно-спасательной службы, для выставления береговых заграждений, которые предотвратят возможный выброс нефтепродуктов на берег, если такое будет. Оборудование будет завезено сегодня и установлено сегодня, поскольку устанавливается оно с берега. На эту же площадку сегодня будут завезены боновые заграждения, необходимые для закольцовки судна с моря, но устанавливаться они будут по улучшению погоды.
Пока капитан конструктивно не выходит на связь и не делает никаких предложений по водолазам, по спасательным кораблям, по буксирам и прочее. То есть мы ожидаем решения капитана корабля.
Russian army units, jointly with North Korean soldiers, attacked the position of Ukrainian fighters in Russia's Kursk region. Assault groups, consisting mainly of infantry, gathered in the forest lane using quad bikes and launched an attack in the middle of the night. The Russians and North Koreans advancing through the open fields faced resistance from the 47th Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and other units. Ukrainian fighters stopped the advancing Russians and Koreans with strikes from Bradley infantry fighting vehicles and cluster shells from artillery units. As a result of the 16-hour battle, the Russian army lost at least one company of soldiers and had to stop the attack. It should be noted that in recent days there were reports that North Korean soldiers did not participate in the battles in Kursk. The Ukrainian army advanced 5 kilometers during the next counteroffensive carried out in the past few days near the city of Susha in Kursk region, and captured the settlement of Ernesha. Although the Russian army has made successive offensive attempts to regain the lost positions, it has not succeeded yet. Officers of the Russian army and servicemen from North Korea have been destroyed as a result of a Ukrainian army attack on the command post of the Russian army in Russia's Kursk region through HIMARS rocket fire, President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky announced. The number of dead officers exceeded 20. The incident happened on February 3. Zelensky said that the Ukrainian army hit the control post in Kursk before launching another attack. It should be noted that the Ukrainian army advanced 5 kilometers during the next counterattack near the city of Sudza in Kursk region and captured the settlement of Ernesha.